I don't think it's that creepy, but I'm going to share my screen. So I'm just going to quickly go over the syllabus. I sent this out to everybody. You should have got an email with it. If you didn't, let us know. Anyone watching the recording also, if you didn't receive this and you want to join the group, let us know so we can send this to you. This is just going over some of the things we're going to be learning. And within the syllabus, we have different books. That is just like if you want to delve deeper into whatever subject, like lighting, here's some books that we found that I think will be good. We're going to be reading through this one this semester and talking about it on a Wednesday night. Well, we'll be talking about it in a WhatsApp group we created for like a book study, but we're just kind of like commenting on the chapters as we go. So anyone who wants to do that, let us know. But really it's just so that we can delve deeper into like lighting and sound. And then they have additional books here if you guys really want to like only focus on lighting later or now. There's different resources that you can look into to see if you want to get these books. So after the books.
Oh, if you guys are interested in the last semester or the semester before that, any of that information as well, you can contact us and ask like, hey, what did you learn in the first semester or the second semester? If any of that is interesting to you and you would like to check the resources we have on that as well, feel free to email us.
Yeah, I also have it up on in the Facebook group. So if you guys wanted to join the Facebook group, it's private, but it has like some of the stuff from past semesters that you can look into if you want to look into that stuff.
We're trying to be more active on those platforms because we tend to be more active here and on the WhatsApp. They're our main platforms, and we use Reddit a lot to give visual representations. So if you would like more visuals of what we're learning and that kind of thing, we have a lot of that on our Reddit, and we use it a lot for that in these meetings and outside of them.
Yeah, no, everything that you guys do is it's awesome. It's phenomenal. That's what I have to say about that.
Oh, thanks, Sarah.
We appreciate it.
Oh, I really appreciate this. So that's the least I could say.
Awesome. We're glad. So yeah, so with this in this syllabus, you'll find like what we're going to be studying, and it just goes in order. Like Monday, this is, today we're doing the introduction, so there's nothing before it. After that, you can study this stuff. Basic lighting, we kind of went over this last semester, so we're going to like briefly touch on it. The 3-point lighting is the main thing in that. And I also have like in bold, I have it what the thing's about. So there's different explanations of 3-point lighting. If you didn't understand one of them, you can keep watching to see if they explain it better, or if they explain it in a different way that you understand.
If I might,
because I know some people will explain things and it doesn't make any sense when I watch it, and then I watch it from somebody else and it's like, okay, that makes a lot of sense, because they just explain it in a completely different way. So you'll find sometimes in the, sorry, what?
Oh, no, sorry. I was just going to point out before I forget. If I might just state, for those of you that have learned 3-point lighting last semester, the first video, as cheesy as it is, which it can be, the first video of this syllabus with lighting, it actually goes into the exact dimensions and distance and that kind of thing. So if you want to get a little more technical, there are some videos that go a little deeper into that, but there are a lot of repeated videos from last semester as well. So just take a look, see if there's anything you might not have known. And if so, if you figure it out, like Coda said, if one doesn't work for you, but the other does, and you hear the information again and you're seeing the same thing in these videos and you understand, you can move on to the next topic.
Yeah, and that's why I put it in bold most of the time when it's like the same subject over and over again, so you can just skip to the next thing. 4-point lighting is pretty much the same thing as 3-point lighting. You'll see it if you watch that video. It's basically just lighting the background and then doing 3-point lighting as well. And so after you get through that subject and you feel like you know it, you move on to the next thing, sound equipment. Since I don't know too much about sound, I'm hoping I'm putting in enough of the information. I have been adding a few things as I've been going. So I'll also be bringing new things up in the meetings that I discovered that I didn't know about before, which I have done in previous semesters as well.
Those of you that know more, feel free to also like look at it and be like, hey, there's also this and this that because last semester we had one person, I don't remember which topic it was, but they were more specialized in that, and they actually gave us some good tips to add. So feel free, for those of you that know a little bit more about sound, to add a few things in here if you see anything that you think is important and isn't
Yeah,
here.
like if we left anything out, let us know so we can add it in and then resend out this thing to everybody. But for the most part, I tried to do as much research as I could beforehand so I can get everything I want to learn in here. And then I'll be adding new things and talking about it as well in each meeting. So you go through these, and once you think you have it down, like you see that these 4 videos are about lavs, these 4 videos are about shotgun mics. Once you think you have that down, you just move on. And then you get to this. So after you're done studying the stuff, that stuff will be discussed and shown in the next meeting. So Thursday, our meeting will be about this first half of sound equipment. Sound equipment actually has 2 parts. So there is a lot more sound equipment than this, but this is the main things we'll be learning about on Thursday. And basic lighting. We'll be going over those 2 things in the Thursday's meeting.
Sounds
And
great.
then after you're done studying, you can decide whether you want to continue on, get ahead, or whether you want to wait. But as you can see, week 2 starts, and these things will go into Monday's meeting. And it just keeps going on like that. So it's all in order. You just go through it, study it. And then when we get to the group meetings, I go through it on Reddit and things, and we talk about it. And the more people that understand it, like if we have any questions about something we didn't understand after watching the stuff or anything like that, we have that discussion with everybody to try to figure it out, especially when things aren't so clear cut. That opens those discussions to talk about, like, well, how do you guys think would be the best way to go about it? Because I try to also add videos from different perspectives so that you can hear it from one way, but you can also hear it from an opposite way. And either way might work. But then it's up to us to just discuss what we think might work. And, all of our discussions might be different, or all of our opinions on it might be different, which is good. And
Yeah,
it shows that that's what opens those discussions and everything. So it's good to think differently. It's good to try to figure it out how you would like to work, especially when it comes to anything like on the creative side. Lighting is going to be I'm sure it's going to be a very discussed topic,
honey?
because it's very artistic.
Yeah,
Yes?
I was just gonna say, Sarah has something to say. And also I was just going to put that one thing that we really pride in this group is that even when we disagree respectfully, and we have those conversations, and this is a very open space, and just feel free to give your opinion, but also respect the other person's opinion as well. That is something that we've maintained through the semesters, we're very proud of, and I'd like to continue. Go ahead, Sarah.
That's great. I was just gonna say, and here's the funny thing is, you could have 2 methods, and maybe perhaps they work equally as well for each person, but if they tried to swap, it wouldn't work at all. And that's just an interesting thought that I came up with. Or another way is you could try both ways and see, oh, this worked because of this works better because of this, and that's
Right,
kind of
yeah, because they could also be working
way
better
of-
in different circumstances or
We-
situations.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's
we
true.
learned that with storyboarding and the shot lists and whatever, and how different methods worked for different people. Some people liked storyboarding better. Some people that actually limited them because they got way too much of a very literal picture in their mind. And that's a good example. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, so I find it to be interesting to learn about and see different ways of doing it as well. Because then it just gives you options as well. So if you're out there and you're like, this is the tried and true method that I always use, it doesn't work. Oh yeah, but you know what? He did it the other way. We're gonna try that. Oh, it worked. Thank God he told me about that other secret method.
Yeah,
Yeah.
feel free to try new things, experiment. That's what the industry
Yeah,
is
one of
all
my
about.
least favorite things about like the school is that usually teachers will only teach one thing
the
their
method
way,
that works for
and then
them.
it might not work for everyone, and so then you don't know the other way, so you just think, oh, I'm just not good at this, but really it's just they didn't teach you the other way of doing it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You might find that it works better for you, or it doesn't work at all. You just don't know. So
And what works better for you may
Yeah.
not work for the other person as well, and that's okay. They'll find their own. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, so we'll just go through that, and those would the majority of the meetings will be about. We also, let me see if I can find it. Also, later on in the semester, once we know a little bit more about lighting and once we know a little bit more about sound, we are going to be like watching films based on their sound and their lighting. And we've done this the past 2 semesters, watching a movie and focusing and studying it for the specific topic we are studying that semester. So lighting and sound would be this semester, and we'll watch a few different films this semester and talk about it.
If you have any
things,
recommendations, send
point
them
out
our
anything
way.
that's wrong, point out things that were really good. You know, oh, I really like this lighting because it's really setting the scene for this and that type of stuff. So we'll be doing that later in the semester. And the other thing that we do is after watching those movies, we usually take a scene or something or take something from it and try to recreate it. And this semester, we will be taking like screenshots from the movies with the lighting, very specific lighting, and we'll be trying to mimic that to the best of our ability with the stuff we have. Obviously, it won't turn out as good because we don't have that, really high production budget equipment, but we will try to make it the best we can based on what we've seen and how we think we can get about
The
doing it.
point
And
is
that's where
just to
creativity comes
practice
in
and
as
to
well.
learn. Yeah.
Creativity can come
Yeah.
in with problem solving as much as just with general storyboarding and stuff like that, because sometimes you're not gonna be able to get exactly what you want, so you got to creatively think of ways to get it as best you can.
For those of you that like to suffer with terrible movies as well, we will be watching The Room at some point.
Yeah, last
this
semester we had a
Wednesday.
request to watch The Room, so at some
A
point
billion
in the semester
requests.
we will watch that probably on a Tuesday or Wednesday. And then we had another recommendation to watch The Disaster Artist, which is a
I remember.
It's about The Room.
It's what, a documentary film? I don't know if it's documentary, but it's a
It's a film
it's
about
based
the
on
guy
that.
who wrote.
It's not a documentary, it's based on that.
Yeah,
And so we're gonna watch those 2 films because people wanted to.
a lot of people wanted to. So we were just like, okay, we'll do it at some point. And we didn't have time during the semester break. We will be doing it this semester. So if you guys really like really bad movies, but we will be analyzing it with the Disaster Artist. So that will also be interesting and fun, and there will be a conversation there. But The Room will just be to suffer. So if you enjoy that, one of these Wednesdays,
If you guys want to know
we'll
what The
keep you
Room is,
posted.
it's like somebody spent a lot of money on it and it turned out very terribly because they
If you
did
don't
not.
know what The Room is, we are
You
really
know,
sorry for giving you
I would
this
just say look it up
experience.
if you don't know what it is.
We are
It's
really
fine.
sorry.
Just shows you that like you can have money and it the money alone doesn't make something.
Exactly. That
Right.
is definitely
those are like-
true.
Yeah, so I mean, and you could see some of the most phenomenal movies with like the microest budget ever, and you're like, how did they do that? And they're just like ingenuity.
Money alone does not a good movie make. Definitely not. Oh, last
It
semester
helps,
we
though.
also
It's
watched
nice.
The Truman Show, which we really recommend for those of you who hasn't watched The
Love
Truman
the
Show,
Truman
but
Show.
like
Love that movie.
such a good movie. We watched it last
Yeah.
semester. So if you never watched it or if you haven't watched it in a while, we also recommend that for acting and production and that kind of stuff. We learned a lot about it. Cinematography and acting. Yeah, that's what we watched it for last semester. It was really good.
Lastly, I just want to say we also in the syllabus you'll find little like activities or exercises, which is this group meeting is actually about. Group meeting 11, Monday, October 11th, listening to everyone's clean audio exercise. So there's going to be an exercise for audio, and we'll try to capture clean audio doing the same thing, like whatever equipment we have available, whether it's just our phone or whether it's an actual mic or something like that.
Please do not feel embarrassed. Do not be like, oh, it's going to turn out crap. The point of the exercise is just to try and be creative and do it with what you have. It's not going to turn out amazing. If you look at the previous videos of our project last semester, it did not turn out exactly like the film that we did much at all, but it was still fun, and it was like getting our creativity out there, and it was, about that.
Yeah, it's mainly just about learning how these things happen and what happens during when you're trying to do these things, so that next time and know for when you're actually going on a production, you'll know better about audio, whether you have get a more professional mic or not. You'll know what to look out for more if you do some hands-on experience, because I like learning from hands-on as well as from books and videos and stuff like that. So we always try to put some of that stuff in there as well.
Just like as on, you get to touch the equipment and you're like, yes, I'm creating something. I don't know.
Until you break the
That was good.
equipment, and then it's
Yeah.
like, no.
No, treat the equipment like it's your own. That's
Yeah.
all I can say.
Yeah,
If you do that and you treat it well, then
yeah.
Well,
I keep remembering that meme of that guy playing with the camera. Gosh.
Yeah.
Anyway, honey, continue.
Um, so lastly about the syllabus, I just wanted to say if you guys miss anything, don't worry, because we talk about it in the meetings themselves, so you might be able to learn from there. And also we record every meeting, and the syllabus is always there, so you can always go back if you miss, or if you have to take a few weeks off or whatever. You can always catch back up, or you can just skip and get filled in with what you missed. So don't worry too much about that. And also there's always the recordings if you miss a meeting, and that's what they're for, so you can go back and catch up. Does anybody have any questions about the syllabus or anything so far?
no, just super happy to be back with you awesome people.
All right, awesome.
It's a very well-planned syllabus. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, I try to do the best I can with it.
Good, best you can is pretty good.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's actually pretty great.
Yeah, thanks. All right. So next, I just wanted to say, we already talked about it, the Facebook group. If you guys aren't a part of it and you want to join, you can. This is more, we use it more for like an archive than anything else. So I just put in all of the documents I made last semester. We were learning about film documents and production documents. So I created some of my own for my own stuff, and I shared it with the group last semester, and I figured I'd put it up for anyone new coming in. And so you can go on the Facebook and just go under guides. You'll have to join it first and then be approved, and then you can go under guides, and you'll find all the syllabuses from the last 2 semesters.
Now, if you guys would not like to, adhere to the Facebook overlords, you can ask us to email this to you as well.
That's true. Yeah. If you don't want to join Facebook, or you don't have one because of all the, all the stuff going on with Facebook, you can ask us to email it. But if you do have a Facebook and you want to join this group, you can. And it's where we keep all of our archive stuff. Like there's 3 semester one syllabuses, but they're all for the different courses that we learned. And then in semester 2, we had it suggested to compile them all into one. So that's what we did. And it worked out better. It's easier to follow. And then, there's all the created documents and some fill in the blanks and stuff. Some of the projects we had from last semester, if you guys are
Yeah,
wanting to
little
go into that,
exercises and stuff like that.
which we'll also be doing this semester at the end. And then some of the scripts we had from the first semester. So yeah, all of that stuff's on the Facebook, and we just put anything new, anything we create this semester, we'll put it in there. I would have the videos in there, but Facebook only allows like 100 megabytes. So I wasn't able to put our video clips from those exercises, but those can be found on the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel, we have, of course, we have all our meetings, every single meeting. The new color will be different than this one. This one's light blue. The old one was dark blue. I'll probably I don't know. I'll figure it out when I post this one up. But it'll be a different color, so you'll know which semester it is. And it'll have like 3rd semester on the little corner here. Also in the YouTube channel, we have the playlist. So some things we added to the syllabus. If we're learning lighting, we add some of that different lighting stuff. But as you can see, there's like 281 videos in lighting and grip. So a lot of that stuff probably isn't in the syllabus. And that's if you want to delve a lot deeper into it. It's an easy way to find a lot of resources and stuff on different topics about lighting. And then there's, all the other stuff in here too, like sound editing, distributing, all these things that we're going to learn later on, or that we learned in the past, or that we're learning currently. Whatever subject you really want to delve into, there's also all these playlists that has a lot of good information. These are how I find a lot of my things. I look into something, hear a word I don't know, look it up on Google, start finding some websites and stuff like that, and then look up YouTube videos on the specific topic that I know understand a little more. So
There are also some amazing websites that and resources that we link in the syllabus. We just know that video is a lot, visual medium is sometimes a lot better for some people, but there are also some really, really great websites that we share as well that sometimes might be worth looking into as well as the videos.
yes.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
That's good.
sometimes the
I've loved
websites will even explain things a lot better, but the visual, for me, the seeing the visual helps. But then if they're not explaining everything, I like to delve into like the websites to actually hear everything about it. So especially if they're just doing like a summarized version in the video, which they do sometimes. So it might be easier, not easier, but it might be better to go in all directions with it, which is what I like to do, which is why I have the syllabus set up that way.
It makes sense if you want to be a director. I mean, if you're leading something, you really need to have an understanding of all of the components.
Yeah.
To a certain degree, not specifically, you let people be their experts in their field, obviously. But you need to you really need to know how it fits together. Otherwise you can't. Yeah, I would say that's, at least to a certain extent, I think it helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
That's what I
had people that tell us like, oh, we don't need to learn, you don't need to learn everything. But every person that we know that's in the industry and that's semi-successful has said it's good to know a little bit of everything. So we really take that to heart. And
yeah, it's good to like realize what you want to do. Like if you want to be in the lighting department, it's good to realize that and to focus on it. But it's also good to know what sound and other people are doing too, is what we've heard from almost everyone and that are actually in the industry.
There's a couple different types of people. There's people that just want to do their job and do it well. And then there's the people that are very fascinated and are interested in working their way up or connecting or building their own projects. And it's a little, I've noticed that there's like the two kind of types of people that I've had in film.
Yeah, and that's fair. We're just giving people that option and showing that it can and might make a huge difference in your career as well to know.
Yeah, it definitely will help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending what you're doing. I mean, if I just stayed in one department, then the other information would be not applicable. But for me, since I'm interested in lots of things,
I feel like it can be, because that way you'll understand that at the department better. But I understand what you mean.
Yeah, for me, it's more personally driven because I like filmmaking.
Yeah. Just want to know like what all goes into it too, just as a general sense.
And participate more in that area. So I kind of have a couple ideas, but I won't go into it talking too much.
All right. So that's the YouTube channel. If you guys are subscribed, you'll get the when we upload something, notification of it. Yes, thank you. But also, if you miss a meeting, we do send it out. Then when I post it up, I do send it out through email in the WhatsApp group, letting everyone know that it's up. So if you're not subscribed, you should still be able to get a notification of the video. So if you miss a meeting.
But it's just easier if you want to subscribe. That way you don't have to check your email all the time, or that way you don't have to check your.
I might.
But that's up to you.
My schedule might be a little bit difficult for a little while. We'll see what happens, and I'll keep you guys posted.
That's
but
okay.
But I'm still in it. Just giving you a heads up.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Actually, that brings up something I want to bring up. If you guys do need to take like a few weeks off, or if you have a difficult schedule and you can almost never make meetings or something like that, like we have a few people that just follow online. But as long as we know, it makes it a lot easier for us, so that we know you're still taking part in the group. You're just not going to be active in every meeting, or if you'll be missing a meeting or be on vacation for a week or two. It's a lot easier for us if you can communicate that to us, so that we can know, and we can, then we know that who's going to be coming to the meetings and who's not, how many people will be there, everything like that.
Oh yeah.
What we like to say, it also helps so that we, oh, sorry, Sarah. It also helps so that we can like not have to wait for someone, like, oh, should we wait for this person? Are they coming or are they not? But one thing that we really like to say and tell everyone is that communication is important in every industry,
Mhm.
especially this one, because there is a lot of competition, there is a lot of oversaturation, and there's always going to be a new thing. So the fact you being able to communicate well and keep up communication, that is important in every job, but especially this industry. So we try to instill that and have that as a mindset. Just remember to keep communication. Tell us when you can come, tell us when you can't, tell us when you'll be late, tell us when you won't be able to come for a few weeks. Tell us if you won't be able to come to the live meetings, but you'll follow up online because of your work schedule or school or anything like that. Just remember to keep a constant communication and build up that habit. And reading as well, like if we send emails, read the full email, please. Because that is important too. If you get a work email, or if you get if we're working on a production, which we hope to be soon, and we send out some paperwork and you don't read the whole thing, you might miss something important. So we just remember to remind everyone of that and keep that in mind, not just for this, but any aspect or any career that you choose to have. It's really important.
Yeah, and then we definitely tried to instill this last semester because we were learning about all the legal forms that have to go into filmmaking as well. And some of those are contracts, and you need to read everything in your contract to make sure they're not gonna, even if they're unintentionally doing it, they might make it harder for you to get another job later because they say you can't work in the same kind of job for 2 months or something.
Yeah, we learned that
There's
even
little
some
things
formats,
like that they don't even notice. It's just already in their contract. And you always want to read through everything to make sure you know what you're signing.
Sometimes
So
it's
we
a
tried to make
standard
sure to let
contract.
everyone know, like, you really need to read through everything, like always.
Yeah. They're not trying always to screw with you. There's just sometimes just a standard contract and there's something there that you're like, wait a minute, this, so it's good to, and sometimes they'll be like, oh, right, we don't need that. Okay, we can remove that or something like that. So yeah, that was a really important thing that we also talked about last semester.
All right,
Yeah,
so
that
I'm gonna
makes
move
sense.
on. So now then we
Oh,
have the
honey,
Reddit. Yeah.
Are you going to talk about the incentive thing this semester?
Yep.
Or
Yep.
okay. Just
All right. Well,
go
anyway,
ahead.
then we have the Reddit. Reddit is where I'll actually be posting stuff for each week, and that's where I go when I usually share my screen and we go on to the Reddit and go through it and kind of show examples of the things that we're talking about. So if we're talking about like miniature sets, like we were last semester, go on the Reddit and see a few examples while I'm talking or while we're discussing it, so that everyone can get kind of a visual example to see like how it works and how it would be good for a production maybe, or anything like that. And you see like some of them are GIFs, some of them are just regular photos, and some of them are videos. So just depends on what I found. But if you want to subscribe to the Reddit, you can, and then you'll get all the notifications when stuff updates. Otherwise, we usually go through it during the meetings. Okay, I think that is all for that. So I'm gonna start
Sounds
sharing the screen right now. Let me go ahead and turn my video back on real quick.
I'm trying to.
Okay, and so the last things I wanted to talk about were, one, in November this semester, we are planning to do a short film. We have something written. I'm working on finalizing the script. It'll be around the New York, New Jersey area. So anyone who physically wants to come, let us know. And anyone who can't or has a schedule conflict or anything like that, we will also be doing a Zoom meeting on Priscilla's laptop when we get up there. So everyone who wants to can watch how we're doing it, or ask questions, and we can kind of comment as we go. But for the most part, it'll just be you guys watching everything happen on set.
We have some
for
people
anyone
that are
joining virtually.
participating virtually, like doing jobs that can be distance jobs. But I believe that all of the distance jobs are filled right now.
I don't know. Like, I'm not
We're still gonna
sure,
look
but
into
we'll
that.
see. But if anyone wanted to actually do a job like script supervising or something, that is something that could possibly be done virtually. And so if
Well,
somebody
with
does
some
want to do it,
assistance, but yeah.
yeah, with an assistance on set probably, but yeah, I mean, that's just something we can do and figure out, and it'll be something new for us with the whole virtual thing. But we wanted to start actually doing some productions just to get a little more hands-on experience for ourselves and for everyone else in our group. And the next time we do one, we're going to try to do it on the West Coast, but we're not sure yet. It depends on a lot of different things. But we do plan to still do this short film in November this semester. So
Mhm.
it'll be like the week before Thanksgiving or the week after Thanksgiving. And we'll talk to all the crew and the actors and everything and try to schedule it a little better once we understand everyone's schedules. And we'll talk more about this in the coming, like next month and stuff. We'll talk about it more this month too, but we'll really start delving into it next month before November gets here.
Sounds
I just
good.
wanted to bring that up. And also, we have WhatsApp. We communicate through WhatsApp. We also communicate through email. So if you guys would like to receive like messages instead of emails, if you don't check your email that much and you'd rather receive stuff through messages, we send a lot of the same information through WhatsApp as we do through email. And in our
We're
WhatsApp
actually a
group,
little more active on the WhatsApp group, to be completely
because
honest.
everybody in the group kind of communicates through there a little bit too, shares their Instagram profiles and stuff like that. So if you are interested in joining that WhatsApp group, we would need your phone number and we would add you into that. Well, Priscilla would add you into that group because she's the leader of the WhatsApp group. So if you'd like to do that, let us know.
But we are getting better at also communicating with people more through email and sending them the resources and that kind of thing. Because we do have a few people that are email only, and we try to maintain it as much as we can. It's just a little bit easier through WhatsApp because
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I mean, I can email anybody who needs it. I just
Oh, definitely.
depends
We're
on what it is.
yeah.
Because like if it's a document or something and I'm at work, I can only text, but I can email when I get home. So it doesn't matter. But it's just if whatever your preference is. If you want to be part of both, that's great. If you just want to be email, let us know. And if you want to be just through WhatsApp, let us know. Lastly, well, not lastly, but also contact us if you guys have any help, if you need any help or have any questions, because we do have what we call mentors, which are just people like that don't come into the groups. And they just, they help us.
They come in sometimes, but
They like are in the industry. One we have is like a storyboard artist. We have somebody who's worked location sound, director of photography. We have all those people. So if you guys have any questions or anything, you let us know and then we can ask them, or we can, if they let us, we can refer you to them. So you can just talk directly with them.
oh, Victor.
What's the storyboard artist? Sorry.
Oh, sorry, just one thing. Because Victor was like, long setup, let's start the class. Yeah. So today it was mostly, we sent through our Zoom invite, we explain what the meetings are. So today was mostly, we have like the description of what we're going to be learning that day. Today was more for introductions and explaining the basics of the group and that kind of thing. And we'll be diving deeper into the actual meetings on Thursday.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Today was just to like introduce you guys to everything and to anyone watching that wasn't able to come to be able to watch and see what the semester is about. Thursday is when we actually start delving into the subjects.
Yeah, so sorry
about
for the
that.
confusion. We know we typically write what we're going to be learning that semester, that day. Hey, we're going to be learning about this today and that kind of thing. So that should give you a good idea, so that you can read and be like, oh, I'm interested in this today, or oh, maybe not today, or something like that.
Yeah, what was your question, Raphael?
Oh, just who was the storyboard artist?
They actually joined this semester, so we haven't
okay.
really, we've talked to them a little bit, but we haven't really met them yet.
Awesome.
But yeah, we were like, man, I wish they would have been in last semester, but they'll help anybody who wants to delve deeper into storyboard art. Lastly, I just want to say we have what we started this last semester, LCloud Awards. We're raising it up to $50. So it's like a $50 award at the end of the semester for the members who are most communicative, which are the ones who communicate out to us the most, let us know when they can't be here, or let us know that they'll be late or have to leave early. And they're also the ones who like reply to the emails that they received it, like thanks, got it. And we have most punctual, the people who come on time the most during the meetings, because sometimes it gets if they let us know that they'll be late, that's good. But if they just don't let us know and they let us know they're coming, but they don't come until like 9:10, it becomes kind of an issue. So it's a lot better if you guys can come on at 9 so that we can start the meetings quicker. So the member that's most communicative, the member that's most punctual, and the member that's the most active. Active is the person who does the most activities, the exercises and all that stuff we have. They're the ones that go through and do all those things. And at the end of the semester, we award the 3 members who were the most out of those 3, the $50, like just through like Venmo or
We
Cash
just
App or
thought it would be a fun
PayPal.
incentive to get everyone on board, to get everyone doing the exercises, and to show our appreciation for the contributions everyone brings. And yeah, we just thought it would be fun and a good way to get y'all doing your work.
Yeah.
Love it. That's great.
Yeah, but
Kidding
does
about
anybody
the
have any
work
questions
thing.
or anything? Oh,
He
no,
had
Victor, I do have a Native Indian name, but I am not actually Native American.
his mother.
My mom thought we were, and then she did like the test to like see where you're what's it called? Where you come from?
DNA test, where you come from. your
DNA
lineage.
test. And she saw that it's like a very low percentage because her family members had always told her that we came from like Native American heritage.
And so
but it turns out we didn't. So, but that's why my name's Lakota.
And his mom he's been called Dakota a lot. I think there was this one man when he worked at a food place that said, "You have a girl's name, son."
Thanks.
But it was so his mom really likes unique names. So all of her kids have not that unique. I feel like you're the most unique out of everyone else. Like Shirai, Makai, like all the other names are pretty normal to me.
Maybe. But does anybody have any questions about anything I went over?
No. Anyone?
All right.
I'm Brazilian, by the way, because I was like, cultural differences. I didn't say. I'm Brazilian, by the way. He
Love
is very like
I'm white.
Irish, I think. He's very white.
Yeah, that's all I have. So.
That's all he is.
All right, let's stop.